Oh my God, you guys, I'm so hungry. I've been making videos all morning and I need to go make lunch, but I just had the funniest realization. I was thinking about the problems that the coaches in my Rock Your Biz training program have with marketing, with learning how to market their services as academic or executive function coaches. And it occurred to me, marketing, the word marketing is so much like the word study. And in this video, I gotta go make lunch, but I also want to tell you about all of the ways that I've noticed that these two words are similar and how we can trap ourselves into not taking action for some really silly reasons. I mean, they're silly, but they also make sense because I know how our brains work, but they're silly when you look at it. So, so come on with me to the kitchen and let's talk about what marketing and studying have in common. Okay, so the first thing is that these words are so big. Like marketing, like the coach at the training call that I just held, she was like, "Oh, I'm not marketing. I know I should market, but I hate it. I hate marketing." And students do the same thing, right? They're like, "Oh, I should study. I hate studying. Oh, I just can't get myself motivated to study." And I think the reason for both of those is we hold these words as these huge boulders, right? Ooh, I forgot I have a Trader Joe's salad. That'll make lunch easy. So, well, actually, speaking of Trader Joe's salad, marketing should be simple. Like, it shouldn't be this big, hard thing. It should be like, oh, what is the next thing that I can do easily? And that brings me to the next link between the word marketing and study. I don't want to bend over like this, so I'm going to have to raise the table. Okay, so when I was coaching the woman in this training call about marketing and how to make it more doable, one of the things I realized is that she hadn't broken down the idea of marketing into small enough, teeny tiny incremental parts. Each of the parts, each of the action words feeling doable, right? So instead it was this big mountainous thing that she just didn't even know. It just created stress. And so we looked at, well, what are actually the tasks that you should be doing? Just like students don't know how to break studying down into parts. And the anti-boring approach is all about how to help students find motivating, even anti-boring actions that they feel like doing to study for the next thing. So for her, this was related to the idea of not being able to be her authentic self when she's marketing. Flying croutons! She just really had a story that she needed to do a bunch of distasteful tasks that didn't feel good to her, but that she had to do them. And students have this story all the time about studying, right? So it was really important for us to look at what are some of the things that actually feel good to you that maybe even you're already doing. This particular person is a professor at a college and noticed that, oh, there are habits that I have of building relationships and connections with my colleagues on campus that actually I know how to do and like to do, and I could just transition some of those tasks to colleagues, to finding finding colleagues who can help me build my business, outside of the college campus. And it was such a relief to her that she actually already has some skills in being a good marketer. Because what is a good marketer in this case? It's somebody who enjoys building relationships with other cool, amazing people who they want to spend time with. So that way you're not resisting spending, doing your marketing actions. Instead, you actually are enjoying the opportunity to go connect with somebody cool. And it's the same way with students, right? Often when they have the story that they have to study it's distasteful. And they think that, oh man, I can't do things that I actually like to do. That's not true. You can, but you have to rethink what studying means, just like you have to rethink what marketing means. Now, the last thing that I notice is a connection between marketing and studying. It's time for me to stir my salad here. Do you want to see it? Here's my lovely salad. I wish I could show you both, but I cannot. So there's an impulse when you see the word marketing or when you see the word studying, there's an impulse to do one of two things, either to overfunction or to underfunction. Students often do the underfunctioning, right? They don't study enough. Or the really quote unquote good students overfunction. They do too much, and they do too much of the activities that actually don't really help themselves study. Just like I've seen over and over in my years training educators, that they think marketing means a certain thing, and they start doing all those things. I got to go get business cards. I got to get a website. I got to, whatever. I gotta do social media. That they overfunction. They do too much. And one of the things I believe in for both students and educators is that, and people in general living life, is that we need to hone our ability to figure out what's the least we need to do to get to our goal, whatever our goal is in the moment, whether it's to study for this test and maybe make a B or above, or whether it's to make a few new referral relationships that actually feel like they're solid connections. So I'm going to go off and eat my salad. Thank you so much for helping me make it. And if you need any additional support thinking about marketing your own business, I highly recommend that you go to gretchenwegner.com/crash course, because I take you behind the scenes about how I set up my one-to-one student coaching practice, and you'll have so many useful takeaways. It's completely free. Go check it out. I'm going to enjoy the Caesar salad. Take care, y'all.